Hi, I am Aniket, and in this video I will be showing how I have done the medical charges analysis project with the help of Microsoft Excel. And to build this project I have taken the dataset. This dataset is showing the medical charges of each and every person with their age, their sex, their body matrix index, and their number of children, and the person is a smoker or non-smoker, and their region. To build this project, I have several questions. The first question is I have to calculate average, median, and standard deviation of medical charges, BMI, and age across the dataset. And to do this, I have created this table. This table is containing the age, BMI, and medical charges and their average, median, and standard deviation. I have calculated the average age using the average formula and put the average cell here, and using the average function I have also calculated the average BMI and average medical charges, and after that I have used the median function to calculate the median age, median BMI, and median medical charges, and by using standard deviation dot p function I have calculated the standard deviation of age, BMI, and the medical charges. Now the next question is I have to compare the average medical charges and BMI between male and female beneficiaries, and I have to find out which gender has the highest average cost and BMI. For that I have created this table. This table is containing first the average BMI. I have find out the average BMI for male using this average if formula. This average if formula is showing if the person is male, then find out their average BMI. And like this way I have also calculated the average medical charges of male, and in the next cell I have calculated the average BMI and average medical charges of female. And next, to verify that, I have selected the whole table, and from the table I have generated this pivot table. And this pivot in this pivot table I have taken the sex in the rows area and the BMI in the values area, and from this values area I have selected this average BMI, and from this values field setting I have put the average of that BMI. And like this I have also taken the medical charges and put this into the average. So this is giving me the average BMI and average medical charges of male and female, and you can clearly see that both the table is showing that the average medical charges of the male has greater than the average medical charges of female. In the next question I have to analyze how smoking status influence medical cost, and I have to calculate the average cost of smokers and non-smokers. For that I have taken this table, and from this table I have in this table I have put smoking status as yes or no, and using average if I have average out the medical charges. If the person is smoker, that means yes, and if the person is not a smoker, that means it is no, using the average ifs function. And to verify this table I have also selected this whole table and this whole main table, and from that I have generated this pivot table using the smokers in the rows area and charges in the values area, and I have put this into the average. So it is giving me the average charges of smokers and non-smokers. So you can clearly see that both the table is showing that the average medical charges of smoker is higher than the average medical charges of non-smokers. I have also generated a chart, that is a clustered column chart, that is also representing the average medical charges of smokers is greater than the average medical charges of non-smokers. In the next question, I have to evaluate the relationship between the number of children or dependencies and the medical charges. And I have to find out, do the beneficiaries with more dependent incur higher medical cost? To find out this, I have taken all the required columns from the main table, and find out the correlation of children and medical charges with the help of this correlation function. In the correlation function, I have put the children column and the charges column, and by selecting the whole table, by selecting this children and medical charges column, I have generated this scatter plot, and this scatter plot is showing the relationship between the children or dependency and the medical charges of any person. I have also turned on this trend line in the scatter plot, and I have also generated these then I have also created the line chart that is representing the relationship between the dependents and the medical charges. And the trend line in the scatter plot is showing an upward trend. So from that I can say that the beneficiaries with more dependency has the highest medical charges. In the next question, I have to determine which US region has the highest medical cost and BMI, and I have to create a pivot table and chart that summarize the data by region. So to create the pivot table, I have selected this main table, and from that I have generated this pivot table. And in the rows area, I have taken the region, and in the values area, I have taken the BMI and charges, and for both these values, I have used the average. And from this pivot table I have created this chart that is representing the average medical charges and BMI of each and every region. And to verify that, I have also created this table using the average ifs function that is representing the average BMI and average medical charges of each and every region. For both the tables are showing the same result, that is I can see that the southeast region has the highest average BMI and highest average medical charges. Now the next question is, I have to create a histogram to visualize the distribution of medical charges and identify most common brackets. To do this, I have selected this table, and from this data analysis option, I have taken the histogram option and then clicked OK. This option will generate this mean and frequency columns, and as well as it will generate a histogram chart. This histogram chart is representing the distribution of medical charges, and from this distribution we can clearly see that the 3000 to 6000 range is showing the highest number of medical charges. So this 3000 and 6000 is the most common medical charges cost bracket. In the next question, we have to classify the BMI categories as underweight, overweight, and obs, and count how many beneficiaries fall into each category. To do this, I have taken all the required columns, and from this all columns, I have generated the BMI category using this if function, and it is representing the that if the BMI value is less than 18.5, it is underweight, and if it is less than 25, it is normal, and if the BMI value is less than 30, then it is overweight, and if the BMI value is greater than equal to 30, then it is obs. Like this way I have calculated the BMI category, and I have put the unique BMI category here in this table, and I have count all the number of persons that are that comes under underweight, normal, overweight, and obs category. To count this, I have taken the countifs function, that is counting if the BMI category is if the BMI category is any of this category, that is overweight, obs, normal, and underweight. For that, calculate the number of persons. So I can say that the overweight category has the highest number of person. In the next question, I have to use a scatter plot to analyze the correlation between BMI and medical charges, and I have to add a trend line to the scatter plot to access the relationship. To do this, I have selected all the main dataset, and from the dataset, I have generated this scatter plot. And this scatter plot, I have turned on this trend line option, and then actually this trend line is showing upwards direction, and this means that as the BMI increases, the medical charges also decreases. And I have also found out the correlation between the BMI and medical charges with the help of this correl function. And this is in this correl function I have put this BMI column and the medical charges column. In the next question, we have to investigate the interaction between the smoking and region on medical charges, and find out which region has the highest cost for smokers. And to find out this, I have taken the main dataset, and from this dataset I have generated this pivot table. And from in the pivot table rows section, I have used region, and in the values area I have used the medical charges. And this pivot table is showing the average medical charges of smokers and non-smokers for each and every region. To filter out any region from this pivot table, I have created this pivot chart, sorry, the pivot slicer. This, if I select any region from here, according to that, the pivot table will respond. I have also verified this result of this pivot table by using this table. Uh, I have created this table using the average ifs function. This average ifs function is used to verify uh, if the person is a smoker, then the average medical charges for that smoker, and if the region is southeast or southwest or northeast or northwest. And from both the tables, I can clearly see that the southeast region has the highest number of the highest amount of medical charges, highest average amount of medical charges. And the last question is, I have to develop a comprehensive dashboard that provides stakeholder with the insight of medical cost, including filter for gender, smoking status, region, and BMI categories. To do this, I have selected the main dataset, and from that I have generated first this table. This pivot table is representing the average medical charges for male and female, and I have copied this table and here. And and instead of selecting the sex, I have used the smoking status here, and this table is showing the average medical charges of smokers and non-smokers. And again, I have created this pivot table that is showing the average medical charges of each and every region. And again, I have copied this table here, and instead of selecting the region, I have selected the BMI category. And this table is showing the average medical charges of each and every BMI category. Then after that, from each and every table here, I have generated these charts. The charts are showing the average medical charges by gender, the average medical charges by smoking status, the average medical charges by region, the average medical charges by BMI. And for each and every pivot table, I have generated these slicers for sex, for smokers, for region, and for BMI categories. And I have turned on the from report connection. I have checked all the pivot tables, so that if I click on any of the slicer, the charts will respond accordingly. So the first chart is showing the average medical charges by gender, by sex, and the average next chart is showing the average medical charges by smoking status. And you can clearly see that the average medical charges of smokers is greater than non-smokers, and you can see that the average medical charges for male is greater than female. And in the next chart I've shown the average medical charges by region, and you can clearly see that the southeast region has the highest number of the highest average medical charges. And in the next chart I have shown the average medical charges for BMI category, and you can see that the OBS category has the highest average medical charges. So this is the interactive dashboard that I have designed for this project, and thank you for watching this video.